St. John's, Newfoundland is the place, and I'm trying to be quiet now because we're in a place of culture and art and whatnot. And we're standing beside one of the coolest people in the city, that's a fact. It's Angela. Antle, how are you?
Good, thanks.
And we're in the rooms, and we're standing, it's not a discotheque.
No, but I've tried to create one
Have
here
you?
with
And
my little installation.
I love it. Now, it is an installation, and for those of you who haven't been to the rooms, this place really is a coming together of all kinds of artwork. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, this is a pretty unique institution because there's a museum, an archives, and a contemporary art gallery, and they all feed off each other and create. You end up with really interesting work in the end.
Right, which I think when you talk about Newfoundland, you come up with really interesting people. It's a real melting pot, Angela. Is that a fact?
It's a very diverse place, and people make culture here. They're not so much consumers as everyone sings a song, plays an instrument, makes artwork, writes plays, writes books, you name it.
Right, very good. Now we're in an installation, as you say, and it really is about, although it looks very contemporary, it really is about the land, right? And what dates back centuries and centuries.
It's about the land, and this is also about the French community in Newfoundland. There's a small French community on the west coast, and this is about how technology is going to impact the evolution of that community and the continuity of the language.
Is it positive?
Well, yeah, it's got a disco ball, Stephanie.
Okay, very good.
I wanted something that people would interact with.
Okay.
I wanted something that had a sense of humor. I didn't want it to be a passive thing. All I was told was use sound.
Okay.
So it uses sound, and there's a soundscape element and music.
It's got a name, and the name is?
The fiddler.
The fiddler.
Which in Newfoundland culture, a fiddler is anyone who plays any instrument is not necessarily just a fiddle.
Okay.
But someone who plays music so that a dance can happen. This is the first time I've used sound in an artwork, but I really like using video and sound. It's opened up a whole new world.
It's very cool. Well, the permutations, I'm guessing, are quite great.
Yeah.
There's no one way to see it.
That's right. It's all up to you. Your experience is unique. It's just like culture. It's whatever you put into it, you get out of it.
That's fantastic. Okay, we've moved outside. We are on the, what do you call this, observation deck?
This is the East Observation Deck.
East Observation Deck. But how about that? That's right out the mouth of the St. John's Harbor, and it doesn't get more spectacular than that.
It's called the Narrows, Stephanie.
The Narrows. I went out there on a cruise ship once with a tumbler of wine the size of, like, I don't know what, and it was great. The Scademia.
Oh, yes.
But we got to see, I mean, and what you wouldn't know if you didn't cruise through is that there's actually lights that go up the hill here to guide the ships in.
The pilot lights.
The pilot lights. See, there's a technical name for everything, and I'm hanging out with Angela, so I'll learn them all. But really, what a city this is, Angela.
It's a great place to live.
Yeah, to live and to grow up. I mean,
and to raise your kids in.
Yeah, indeed. And now, where are you from exactly in Newfoundland?
I grew up in a small town in central Newfoundland, Grand Falls.
Okay. Good place?
Beautiful.
Fun place?
Yes.
If somebody goes there, where should they grab a coffee?
They would be hard-pressed to find a good coffee, but there's a great swimming hole there.
Okay, wait. That's a good tip. A swimming hole. Okay, Grand Falls, Newfoundland.
It's not a marketable swimming hole. It's called Leech's Brook, but there's no leeches.
You don't want that on a t-shirt. That was kind of like I went to Burnt Cove to make squares at a bakery.
There
you know,
you
it's
go.
a disconnect, and yet they were tasty and good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, which is, I think, neat, and maybe speaks to a little bit about the diversity and the culture and the fun that there is in Newfoundland.
The sense of humor.
The sense of humor, indeed. Well, thank God I have it. But listen, I want to tell you that every time I come to Newfoundland, I'm always amazed at, and we spoke to this a little bit earlier when we were talking about your artwork, is that there is a real sort of love of music and a love of culture. How do you find that? I know you even celebrate it on your program.
I do. I cover Newfoundland culture from video gaming to rug hooking.
Yeah.
It's a long winter, Stephanie. You got to find something to do.
There you go. But I mean, it really is. And I mean, a lot of people, I was just at the folk festival, and a lot of people think, oh, folk music, it's this. But it's this. It's huge and monstrous. And so there really is a great sense of that. And while it is based in tradition, there's a real sort of sense of progression that's going on here.
It's a really collaborative community. So you can be a radio host with a sideline in art, or you can be a filmmaker with a sideline in dance. And I think in larger communities you can't. I think you have to be, oh, you're a filmmaker, what are you doing that dance stuff for?
Right.
But here you can collaborate. It's easy to collaborate with people. People want to make art and culture and experience it. The audiences love it, and there's a certain patriotism
Yes.
to it.
Yes.
So going out to the folk festival or going to the rooms, it's like you got to do it.
Right, indeed. Well, and when you come here as a visitor and a tourist, and I feel like I'm not so much a come from away because I've got family here, but there really is a welcoming, which I think,
Yes.
and everybody's sort of
People want to
invited.
share.
Yeah, indeed. And there's so much to share. Now, we talked a little bit about the rooms. The rooms are a real coming together of everything. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
Before the rooms, we had an art gallery that was up by the university. That was a functional art gallery. And we had a museum that was in another location that was a kind of slightly functional museum. It had a lot of stuffed animals in it and
Right.
things like that. And the archives was, of course, completely hidden, and only archivists and researchers knew where it was or what was there.
Right.
So the idea for the rooms was to bring those three institutions together.
Okay.
And there were some growing pains.
Yes.
But the building is designed to look like a fishing shed, and in each shed there's the institution. So there's the
see, now I
Contemporary
didn't
Art
know
Gallery, the archives, and the museum. And they encourage artists to use stuff from the archives and archivists to go and see the contemporary art. And there has been a lot of interesting projects come out of that.
Which is good. And again, another celebration of this culture. Angela Antle, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For hanging out with. I just feel a little bit more, I don't know.
Cultured.
Yes. Thank you.